Yep.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode from the Nosebleeds. Happy New Year. First episode of the year. Hey, we back. We ready to go. Had a really good year so far. You know what I'm saying? 2025. Hey, we here, y'all. It's your host, Joe Mo, in the building. Got my main guy, Corey, here. And I got family here with me, man. I got my main cousin with me, my guy, Dre. He's here, ready to go.
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on?
What's going on, family?
What's going on, y'all? Hey, I hope y'all had a blessed New Year, good Christmas. We're going to start this episode off, man. How y'all doing? What's going on?
I'm
Chilling,
chilling.
man.
Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, no, I'm chilling too. Trying to stay warm, you know what I'm saying? Trying to beat the cold, but enjoying a lot of sports that we got going on right now. Basketball, football, all types of college craziness going on. I'm enjoying it, man. It's a good time of year for me.
Yeah, it's the best time of year, man. You got the best of every world that you can imagine. So, fantasy football season just wrapped up, going right into basketball season 2. It's the best time of the year.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. I would like to say congratulations to Corey. He did not win the league, but you know what I'm saying, he made it to the championship round. Would you like to elaborate a little bit on it? I don't want to speak on your success. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate the acknowledgement, you know what I'm saying? It would have been even better to finish in first place. I would have came on the show a whole different way if I would have won. But
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm coming on humble. You know what I mean? I appreciate the opportunity to compete for a championship. Second place is not what we wanted, but it's my best year that I've had in a while. Probably the last 5 years, I would say.
For sure.
We're on the come up. You know what I mean? It's on to better things next year. Hopefully, we'll be back in that race next year.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Everyone that is here is in that fantasy league, and yeah, man, it was a good competitive year this year.
You got to get you one of these, man. You got to get you one of these, man.
Yes, Dre won a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Last year, but
Last year, yeah,
yeah,
very, very fresh, very
very
fresh.
fresh.
And definitely, this is it was very, very competitive this year. A lot of weird things happened, but it was very, very fun, and I can't wait till next year, man. Football season, you can't beat it, man. But we got a lot of things to kind of get into today, and it's going to be juicy topics. There's going to be a lot of juicy topics we're going to get into. The very first one we're going to get into is the Travis Hunter situation. And it's nothing pertaining to football. As we know, Travis Hunter, he is one of the best two-way players in today's college football. Most likely will be a top NFL prospect. Either between 1 and 3 is where he's kind of ranking right now in his mock draft. So their team's kind of debating on what they're going to do when it comes down to that. Just previously won the Heisman Trophy and is kind of focusing on everything else moving forward. But the controversy right now is about his fiance or ex-fiance, whatever's going on. I don't even know what's happening
It's up
right
in the air.
now in his personal life, but with his fiance, and it's a lot of distraction going on. So the issue is it's a lot of rumors going on about her past, her relationships, and if it's causing a distraction, and will it be a distraction to him moving forward, and what kind of move should he make moving forward when it comes down his career? I want to kind of get y'all's intake on this topic.
Dre, you want to take this one first?
Yeah, I don't think I got the hottest of takes, but I think it is a shame, right, that out of everything we've talked about, after the year that we're coming off of that he's had, that the one thing we're talking about is the type of distraction that she might cause. Now, I think in my head, especially with New England probably picking number 1, and I think it kind of would work because they already got a quarterback, that it might be a perfect situation. But if we talk about traditional, like New England Patriot, the Patriot way, I know Bill's not there anymore, but I don't think any type of distraction will be welcome. And so it's a shame because I think it could make an impact, right, to the way that he might be perceived to other NFL teams. But the kid is great. He's a stud at receiver and corner. So I don't know if she is like a legit distraction. I don't think so, but I think it's just a shame that we're having a conversation that it could affect because the dude is a beast on both sides of the ball. So I think that's just the craziest part to me.
I'm gonna start with saying this. I get it. Actually, I get it. I understand the position she's in. You know what I'm saying? Travis, he's one of the best two-way players in the country, right? One of the only two-way players in the country. He plays two positions, right? She can play two positions too. Why not? Like, what's wrong with having him and Anthony Edwards? I don't see what's wrong with that. Like, if he can play both, why can't she play both? You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know, she's wanted a piece of the action, some of the attention, and she sure enough got it. She definitely got it for sure. This is one of the biggest distractions I've ever seen at this time of year. And to me, the craziest thing is the day after, less than 24 hours after this man won the Heisman,
Yeah.
one of the biggest awards you can get in your lifetime, no one was talking about it. She was the headline. Her not standing and giving the applause, her liking other dudes' comments, her, you know what I'm saying, doing this and that, the videos of her not supporting him at the autograph signing. Like all this came out literally less than 24 hours after this man won the Heisman. Like
Yeah.
I barely got to see it on SportsCenter the next morning before they're already swishing the boom, his
Mhm.
relationship. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm not someone to tell someone, how to handle their relationships or whatnot. But bro, you gotta get this under control. You got to. Because you know that all 32 interviews that you step into this summer, getting prepared for that draft, that's all they're going to be asking about. They don't give a damn about your strategy, your tape, your measurements, none of that. They want to know how are you going to handle this off the field situation and how is that going to affect you? So, I mean, this is this man's future. If he needs to drop her in order to, secure the bag and secure his future, then it is what it is. If you just need to kind of go dark, get off the grid for the next, 90 days, it is what it is. But, bro, you got to do something. And I guess the last thing I'll say on this is it's crazy because I thought it was a great idea that he was in this relationship originally. I'm like, okay, this man is mature enough to lock someone down. Like, he know how to be
Correct.
out in the streets, you know what I'm saying, in college. And when he gets to the pros, like, he's good. You know what I mean? Just focus on ball. You got your girl. But bro, this totally flipped. Like the script totally flipped. This has
Yeah.
been the worst thing ever for this man, and I feel bad because you know how I feel about Travis. You know how bad I want him in Duval, but she gonna have to stay. She's not welcome here in Duval. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. She can't go to Duval.
no,
What them dreadheads go get?
that's for
She
sure.
can't go around on the beach. She can't go to the beach.
She can go
She can't go to
nowhere.
the left.
She gonna be on house arrest if he come to Duval.
Sure.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. He can't go to Duval. He gotta go to Patriots.
Man said she can't even
Somewhere
go
in
to the
Florida.
beach.
He gotta go to Florida. I mean, he gotta go somewhere in Patriots, somewhere up north. Don't go to Florida, no Miami, no nowhere. You might as well just go ahead and let her go. You go somewhere in Florida, boy,
Yeah,
man, it's a
you're
wrap,
done.
man.
You're
Might as well
done.
go get a different chick,
Yeah, yeah.
cause she gone.
Yeah. She better pray he goes to Cleveland because that's the only place she could go
Yeah,
outside.
Cleveland,
That's
Ohio,
it.
somewhere cold where you can get wrapped up, have
That's it.
clothes on,
Back. They
somewhere.
had a trophy.
Atlanta, anywhere, somewhere where you could have like no clothes. Nah, it's a wrap, bro. My take on it, I think, is I had the same perception. Like when I first heard it and I found out that he got engaged at an early age, I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty. I thought it was a mature move. However, I was like, that's I mean, you're a great player though. You're very you're in the spotlight. You're going to get a lot of attention. At that time, I believed like you had the potential to be a Heisman. I didn't think that. I mean, yes, you have the talent to have the potential. I mean, this was 2 years ago when he kind of got it engaged her. You know what I'm saying so. Like, I was like, well, you have the potential to be like, a Heisman Trophy winner one day. So like, you're gonna get a lot of attention soon. So I don't see like this being the smartest move, but okay, like I guess like who am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're young, you know what I'm saying?
Super
So you're
young.
very young and you're gonna have a lot of money soon. So at the end of the day, like play this thing out, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I get it, right? High school sweethearts, like 20 years ago, not
Mm.
even 20 years ago, 30 years ago sounds cool. Or even 15 years ago. It sounds cool, but like high school sweethearts now, it's a different age. It's a different game, different ball game. You're dealing in a different realm of social media. You're dealing with different types of women now. So it's like you're going to be battling a lot of different things once you get on a different stage. And once you get in the NFL, it's just going to be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like it was a bad move in general on that part. So when I see this, it's like, bruh, you just proving my point.
Yeah. I just wonder.
I mean, as my point then is being proven now.
Yeah.
I just wonder
So
what
it's like
happens.
it wasn't the smartest move to begin with.
Yeah, when he has to line up against the receiver or somebody that's talking junk to him, and they bring that up, I just wonder how that goes. Things don't
Oh
get
yeah,
ugly.
bruh. Like, bruh. And that's what's going to be the
Yeah,
conversation moving forward. And that's what the coaches are going to be talking about. Because now it's going to be mentally, how are you going to be dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Like, because yes, everyone knows you're going to be a great player,
Hmm.
but like, that's what the DBs are going to be talking about in your head every single play, bro. Everyone knows that your girl is what?
And
Everybody. So all the corners, depending on what side of the ball you gonna play.
and you play both sides
You
of the
know,
ball.
and you playing both sides of the ball, bro. Everybody, hey, your girl done been in my DM. Well, like, bro, that's all they gonna say. And how are you gonna react?
Yeah, fact.
and let me
You know
let
what
me
I'm
bring
saying?
up one name that no one's mentioned that this reminds me of. Manti Te'o.
Oh yeah,
It's been a minute since it happened, but it's different, but also slightly similar. Like this
Yeah,
happened right before the draft, right after he just had an amazing year.
yeah.
Granted, he had a decent NFL career, but it definitely hindered him. It definitely hindered his career for sure.
Oh yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. But I mean, Manti Te'o stuff was fake.
I think that's even
Like,
worse.
it,
The fact that
I
this is
mean, I
real.
think his was a lot worse because his stuff was just fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real,
Yeah,
but I think like, this is actually a real situation. I just think with him, his girl is just like being actually doing the most. You know what I'm saying? And he actually cuffed her. Everyone knows that this is a real relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, Matateo was just trying to scam people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Into thinking that this was a relationship that like no
Hey,
one knew.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm
shoot,
saying? Like and trying to like it was a sob story.
is she low key scamming? We don't know. We don't know. Hey, that man already has money now. We don't know.
I mean, it could be. You know, you got a ring finger tattoo dollar sign.
Hey,
oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
I thought that was weird too.
Hey, and one more question that I haven't heard anybody ask or anybody answer because everything's coming about her past and this and that. We got all the internet detectives coming out saying everything about her. There's one question I have not had answered. Maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen it anywhere. Anyone know where she goes to school at?
I think
Is she in
I
school?
don't think she's in school now.
I thought she went to Colorado. I thought she did. I mean, I don't know.
She stays in Colorado. I don't think she's attending no damn classes. Like, does she have any business of her own? That's what I want to
Yeah,
know.
like that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Because that's also a problem. Like, what business does she have?
no, no. She's just up under him
not bringing no
supposedly.
value, but that's besides the point.
Yeah,
Problem.
zero
That's the
value.
problem.
Yeah, zero value.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, man, I thought it was an issue, but I mean, granted, she was very low key until this came out. It looked like a perfect match made in heaven, and then it just flipped. And I feel bad for him. Granted, do I feel like? And there was a lot of questions on should Dion get involved and should Dion be this type of person to be like, hey, social media, y'all need to chill. And I'm gonna address that. No. Because at the end of the day, granted, you can't control what social media is gonna do, regardless. Because at the end of the day, social media is a freedom of speech. Social media can do whatever they want to do. Dion is not God. Dion is just a regular person. Dion cannot stop what is gonna happen anyways. So at the end of the day, Dion can only do so much, but give him advice on what to do. But he can't stop what's going to happen on social media
No.
and what people are going to dig up and dig out on this female and what they're going to try to do to crush his mentality.
Facts.
He can only try to what he's gonna do moving forward to let it mentally break him down, or is he gonna move forward to try to correct the situation and move on from it, or is he gonna like continue to be in this situation and then just like let him keep getting played and then let it even break him down more in the NFL? Because when you get in the NFL, that's gonna be the bro. That's the first. If I'm a you get on the line, all right. That's the first thing I'm gonna say.
It's over. It's over.
The first thing I'm gonna do, get in your head, see what you gonna say. You ain't that big. What you gonna do? And then I'm a vet at that, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the big leagues now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear about?
And I know that's all they do is talk trash.
You talking crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gave him all the ammo in the world. So, bro, you better be like, you better have a good mental crazy, and you better show out. You gotta have a crazy rookie year.
Yeah.
So that's my advice. You know what I'm saying? That's what Dion should be telling me. You better have a crazy rookie year.
I'm trying to stay out the way.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing you can do, right? But yeah, so that's what it comes down to.
I never thought I'd be saying these words, but he better listen to Bow Wow.
Hey, you right about that.
A lot of
Right
people
about
trying to
that,
tell
my
him, put him
boy.
on game. I don't know. Let's see what he do. Hopefully he listens.
Let's see what he do, man. Let's see what he do. I mean, he might be listening. He might not, but he's been low key. But let's see what he do. He might be listening.
Yeah,
So
we'll see. We'll see. He could be
we'll
listening
see.
to this low key. He got nothing better to do right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. As we move on, man, Bryce James committed to Arizona. Committed to Arizona out of all schools. That's crazy. Class of 2025 this year. Man, if Bryce James is a senior in high school, you know brothers are getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's crazy. But do you think that's the best decision? What do y'all think about that move of Bryce James?
Personally, I'll say I like it. I like it actually. I like him going somewhere that's a little more low key, not the center of attention, not the biggest spotlight in the world. You know, it's not California, it's not New York, you know what I mean? It's a place where you can go and just focus on basketball. Granted, the show comes along with the James name. We already know that.
Yeah.
It's gonna follow you wherever you go. But I like the fact that he's not, going to a blue blood school where he's gonna have all eyes on him, where he can go and develop and focus. I like it. I don't quite understand what the connection is. I'm not quite sure what led to that decision. I don't know if it might have something to do with the coach or maybe a couple of the other commits that are, headed there with him. That seemed kind of random to me a little bit. But hey, I'm all for it though. I like it. I think it'd be a good move, and it gives me a reason to watch Arizona basketball, which I never would have done before. So I'll definitely be tuned in next year for sure. I will say the one thing that caught me off guard though, and based on everything I've seen, I might have missed something, but it sounded like he really didn't have that many offers from what I've seen. I didn't see too many offers from any big schools. So y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but that was interesting for me. So that leads me to believe that he might not quite be worth the hype, or maybe they're learning from some of the mistakes that they saw with Bronny.
I got a little bit of a. I mean, not. It's not a. So with NIL money, right? I think NIL money has changed the whole college landscape. I think what's also been really interesting with even a school like Auburn, you see now people are going to different destination types of schools because they're able to team up with people that they like. Gilbert Arenas' son, Elijah Arenas, reclassified, and he's more than likely going to be going to Gil's alma mater, which is University of Arizona. So the idea of Bryce and Elijah being on the same team is exciting for somebody like me, like a basketball nerd,
Yeah.
just because I want to see, what these legacy type of kids are able to do. But more than that, I think he's a 4-year player, or he's not a one and done. I don't think so. The opportunity for him to be somewhere close to home, but not too close to home, and like you said, low key and out the way, would allow him to develop. He might be the best out of the two. I don't want to say the best
Yep.
James, but
Right.
he might develop to be one of like a stud athlete. So I think Arizona's a really interesting destination, but I think I'm excited to see what it looks like next year. It could be dope.
Nah, I totally agree. I didn't know that. That's pretty. That's pretty good that they're gonna be playing together. That even makes it even more exciting. His other offers that he had was Ohio State and the Quince, the
Yeah.
the King. Yeah, so not a lot. So which is very surprising.
I,
You know what I'm saying? And I think Bryce James is going to be, I think he's more skilled, right? 6'4", plays a shooting guard position. But I think he has a lot more in his bag than we think, right? However, we're going to see how his development kind of transpires and, progresses with these two players on the court. Gilbert Arenas' son is really good. I did not know he committed to
He
Arizona. So
didn't
I think,
commit yet, but more than
mhm,
likely, I think he's one of the top 5 schools. So don't
yeah,
don't
yeah,
quote me on that
like,
one.
and I'm pretty sure, like, you know what I'm saying, why not, play for, his dad's alma mater, and which would be really dope. And if Bryce is going there, that would help his decision
Yeah,
to even, sway him to go there. So, and I know he's a top recruit
yeah,
from what I know
yeah,
for sure he
yeah. I
has
want to say top 10.
offers. Yeah, yeah, I know that for sure. So I think that's gonna be really good. For a lot of different reasons. I think Bryce James should take that franchise to a more, for one, notable, I would say, viewership. A lot of schools will definitely be for one, will probably want to be trying to sway to go there, and not only that, TV deals. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a lot more viewership for Arizona basketball within the next couple years, or however long he's there, just because of that name. And I don't think just because of the name, but I actually think he's a really good basketball player. Just watching a few basketball games, not just highlights. I've actually watched like a few games that he's played in high school, and like he's actually a really good player, not
Yeah.
passer, like, but just vision, IQ, and certain things that he's done. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
for sure.
You talk about feeling old. I'm like, I low key thought this man was about to be a sophomore this year. I cannot believe this man's about to be a senior. Like, time flies, bro. It's
Yeah,
crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy.
bro. Time flies, man. Like
Crazy.
that's wild. Senior, it's crazy. It's crazy. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. It's official. It is official. The team suspended him. The team clearly doesn't want nothing to do with him. He doesn't want nothing to do with Miami Heat. I don't even know how we even got here because the team actually isn't even bad.
No,
But Jimmy is just like fed up. But he wants out, and he wants to go to a different team like ASAP. So they suspended him, I believe, indefinitely
7 games,
until
7
they
games.
find, yeah, 7 games, and then I believe they're gonna try to find some spots and try to figure out what they're gonna do until then. What do you feel like is the best fit for him until moving forward?
Yeah, I think especially the dude's running out of teams, right? Because he started beef at a couple different teams he's been at. I feel
Yeah, I
like,
know, right?
But there's a couple of really good teams that good fits, and the biggest one I saw that I was looking at. Well, first of all, I'm a big Pacer fan, so man, if you ever wanted to come down to Indiana,
Yeah.
but more so Memphis, I think the Grizzlies, man, they need a vet. And I think he's like a dog. And I think he fits perfect in that locker room. And John needs a number two. And so I think, and especially with the year that they're having this year, they're playing really well. I think they're number two in the West or something like that. It's still early, but I think getting Jimmy cements a playoff run, maybe a deep playoff run. So especially if he's actually able to be happy and get his joy back playing basketball, like he said. So I'm excited to see wherever he goes, but Memphis will be my favorite place. I would love to see him in Memphis.
Facts. Facts. That's a great spot for sure. I love Memphis. I really hadn't put much thought into that, but I love that now that you said that. And for me, I was actually leaning a little more towards Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I like him kind of sliding into Milwaukee too. They already have obviously their two big stars in place, but adding that defensive presence and then that consistency, which they lack a lot of times. If Dame is off or Giannis is off, I think he could really be that third wheel to carry them over the top. So I mean, Milwaukee, I love Memphis. I love. He mentioned a couple teams that he would prefer to go to. He mentioned Phoenix. I would just
Mhm.
like, if he's listening right now, I would just like to warn him publicly. Please don't do some dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
Please do not
Yeah.
come to Phoenix, please. Like that's a dumpster fire waiting to happen. I can promise you. Like, hopefully he learned about trying to join these stupid super teams with his best friends. Like, no, bro, that's not the move. Obviously, go somewhere where they got some young talent, some pieces around you where you don't have to be the number one, and go from there. And so I think, like you mentioned, Memphis would be awesome. I would love to see that. They would be one of the most ignorant teams in the
Oh
league if
my
he joined.
gosh. Ignorant
Yeah,
type of
that'll be
word.
crazy. Yeah, that'll be crazy. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. It wouldn't be the word, boy. It's crazy. I actually love Milwaukee. If he goes to Milwaukee, I think they could win a championship for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Milwaukee would be really good. However, the team I really like him to be at is Orlando.
I knew somebody was gonna say that.
So the thing about it, right? Once they get Paolo back, Franz back, and like healthy wise, right?
Yeah.
Like thinking about all the pieces that they have already, and they get Jimmy on the team. I think that would be a perfect piece that they can just slide right in to just have all the pieces that they need to just get exactly where they need to go. Now, will it be a championship run? Who knows? Because I think Jimmy is the actual piece that they can get to a good playoff run
Yeah.
to where who knows what that can be. I think Paolo is a really good player. I think France you got two all-stars that are granted they're hurt right now, but when they come back, I think adding Jimmy Butler to that piece, and you have not Anthony Black. Yes, you have Anthony Black, but you have damn.
Are you talking about
Yeah,
Cole
Cole
Anthony?
Anthony.
Cole Anthony. You got Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
You got a lot of different players on that team, right? So many damn Anthonys.
Yeah.
All these damn everybody but Carmelo.
Right.
But it's just like you got a lot of players on that team to where you talk about young talent. You know what I'm saying? You talk about young, good pieces around you that can like get you to where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like for a good stretch, I think could be a good spot. Now, Milwaukee is already set up. So I get what you're saying. However, it's the coaching for me
Yeah.
in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I think that bothers me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Did he play for Doc in Philly?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So he played for Doc in Philly, which is why I don't think it would really work. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the coach was different, now if the coach was Griffin, you know what I'm saying? Like, which is why they fired him at like 14-4,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe it would work. But like, the only thing that bothers me is that it's Doc.
Yeah.
And I love the team if he was there, but it's Doc Rivers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if the chemistry matches.
Yeah.
So that's why I like Orlando a little bit better.
I was thinking about that Orlando take, and that you talking about ignorant. Imagine if Jimmy finds his way to Orlando and he gives Miami hell. My goodness.
For sure.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That might,
and then you play Miami 4 times.
Jimmy in Florida would be a menace. That would be.
That's what I'm saying. In Orlando, oh yeah, and then you play Miami 4 times. Oh yeah. And probably your next after you get traded, and then you play him again probably that next day. Oh yeah,
man.
Oh yeah, he'll be crazy. Yeah. I think that'll be crazy.
Florida could be turned up.
Crazy spot for Jimmy, or he can come to Texas and not Dallas. I think he
Houston.
I can see that too. I can see Houston for sure.
And Houston's balling right now.
You talk about a good young piece.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I think Houston is a really good team.
Yeah.
That has it. Now, do they have the potential to win championship? I don't know, but they have the good pieces around them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And they need a Jimmy. They need somebody, a vet presence.
Yeah, I think they need a vet presence. I just think that Orlando has.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
In my opinion, I think Orlando has better players around them that I think that is a little bit more ready than Houston. I just think that, I mean, they're not playing now because they're hurt, but
that's what I was going to say. They got to get help.
I think eventually, once they get back on the court, I think Jimmy will have a lot of fun, and then he'll have a lot of fun tormenting the Heat 4 times a year.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Eventually, and then getting right where they need to be in the playoff setting, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to where they need to be. I hope Jimmy gets where he needs to be eventually in the next couple days, hopefully sooner than later. Yeah. I think Jimmy's a really good player. I do want him to win the championship. If we're talking about a super team, if he should join a super team, if we're going to throw one out there, then Oklahoma City.
They need another
That's
one?
Not really a super team, but it's a team that is championship ready now.
Yeah.
That I think they could make a good move to slide him in and not hinder Shea and not be I think it will just elevate the whole team.
Mm.
I think they'll win a championship with Jimmy.
I think they need an extra piece. Yeah. I think it's hard to kind of look past look past Boston or any of these other super teams. But yeah, adding Jimmy to that team, man, they got a legit
adding
shot.
Jimmy to that team, they win a championship for sure.
Shot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I think because Oklahoma needs one more piece. I think they're missing that one more piece.
They need a superstar for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like in that West, like because they have just one and have like really good side pieces. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have like that extra two. Like you can say that Williams is like a potential. Jalen Williams is like a potential too.
Yeah.
But he's not though.
Jimmy's an upgrade. Jimmy's definitely an upgrade from.
Jimmy's a great upgrade.
Yeah.
So like they play good with each other, but I just think that the reason why they don't get past maybe the second round of the Western Conference Finals is because they don't have a Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
So if we want to talk about throwing someone out there, throwing a team out there that deserves to probably get to a championship, hey, it's OKC because I think they have all the pieces, but except one. They have all the big. They have Chet. They have everything.
Yeah.
So
that's an interesting fit. I don't see it happening just because OKC is such an organically built team. I don't see them going out there and making that kind of move, but I can see how that fit could work. But the one thing too, I don't want to overlook with all this. I know we're talking about Jimmy Butler and how he could fit with all these teams. Let's not overlook the fact that this is a big flex from Pat Riley. If people are overlooking that, this is not just about Jimmy. This is a Pat Riley also stepping up saying, I don't give a damn who you are. Like, you're not gonna come in and disrupt this culture that we built. And look, the team is still playing well without him. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he is definitely showing that, hey, I don't care who you are, we'll still keep rocking without you. And don't put it past him to do some shady stuff and send them to a Brooklyn or a Detroit. Like, I wouldn't put it past Pat Riley. We know how Pat Riley rocks. Like,
Right, that's true.
he's not necessarily gonna go wherever you want to go. Like, it's not about you. This is his team. He's making that known for sure.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Jimmy's known to shake things up a little bit, so I'm excited to
Yeah,
see where he goes, man. I think
Yeah,
wherever he goes needs to be ready for him because like it got to be a fit. He's not going to go in and sit down and try to fit in. He's going to go and stand out and make the team hopefully better. So
yeah.
yeah,
if
for
it's
sure.
Detroit, shoot, that'd be great. But
Yeah, but he gonna go where he want to
yeah,
go.
fact.
The thing about it, hey, buy me out
Yeah,
because
he's gonna make a way.
I'm not playing for you. He gonna do it like what you call like all these players be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like Westbrook or
like Jimmy.
one of those players. You do it like, hey, buy me out. I
Yeah,
ain't playing for that. I ain't
Well,
playing for no
see,
Charlotte.
that's what he's trying to do now. He's trying to, act like he's injured or whatever. Pat Riley says, nah, we're going to go ahead and suspend you. We're not going to do none of this fake injury stuff where you still get paid. Like, nah, sit your ass down for a week and we'll figure it out by the end of the week. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I'm
telling you, this
saying.
this this is a big flex from Pat Riley.
facts.
Yeah, nah, for sure. So he's stepping up too. Like I think it's a little bit of like a cat mouse. Like
For
they're
sure.
playing some
For
high
sure.
school stuff, but it's
For
like
sure.
okay, cool, I guess. But I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're unhappy somewhere, and I feel like Jimmy feels like they didn't make enough moves to make it over the hump. Like
Yeah, it really
they
did.
didn't make and they didn't. They didn't make enough moves
Right.
over the summer to
If
do.
anything, they got rid of everybody versus trying to add to it. That's
That's what I'm saying.
crazy.
And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I would be kind of not upset. Be like, bro, like we're trying to compete in a league that is making moves to make. I'm trying to win a championship, and you not making any type of moves, and you made our team not better, worse. So yeah, bro, like I'm wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm wasting my energy and my years.
Yeah.
Like I'm 34,
Yeah.
35.
30,
I
34.
only have like maybe four
3, 4. Yeah.
good years left. Maybe. Not everyone's LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I only have maybe another good contract, 2-3 year contract left. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm wasting my years, bro. So I get it from Jimmy's perspective. So you can't just play with me like that. So I'm trying to win a championship before I'm done. So like, yeah, bro, like I'm done, bro. Like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
So I get it. So we gotta look at it from that perspective as well.
Would you guys pay Jimmy if you were a GM? Would you pay Jimmy to join your franchise right now as a 34, 35-year-old player?
I would, but it's not gonna be more than a 2-year contract for me. It's gonna be very short.
Yeah,
I'll give him the bag, but it's gonna be short term.
yeah,
Yeah, I
agreed.
can see that.
Yeah, agreed. Like a 2-year 50.
Rock between a rock and a hard place, man. Everybody loves Jimmy, but when it comes to that money talks, man. Don't make enough moves,
Yeah,
man.
I still do believe he has a lot to give right now. I
For
do
sure.
believe he's in good shape. I do believe that he's not like gonna falter on. I do believe when Jimmy gives 110% in any organization that he gives, everything that he's given in every organization he's played for,
Gotten better.
like he automatically he gives it all. And everything that he's done for the Heat, one thing about Jimmy and what the Heat can't say that he is not giving 110% to that organization. Everything he did for them in the bubble, everything that he's ever done for bro, Jimmy has literally brought the Heat to the finals brought the Heat to the finals the last
Two
four
out
out of the
I'll say 2 out of 3.
past 6 years.
Yeah, yeah.
They were in the finals, not the
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy did that for this
Yeah.
organization. So like, yeah, they lost, but like, bruh, this is when they didn't have a lot of players.
They weren't even supposed to be there.
At
They
all.
weren't even supposed to be
At
there.
all. Gabe
So,
Vincent, all these undrafted players that they're playing with.
bruh, come on now. You had a young Bam Adebayo. Like, you had players that were barely fresh out of the league, that fresh in the league, that like, come on now. Like, Jimmy did a lot for that organization. So to try him like this is kind of like a slap in the face to
That's
me.
probably what he's
Like, don't
feeling.
act, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't act like I ain't do nothing for this organization now. I'm always looking back like that. I'm not looking back like what you're doing right now. I'm looking back like, okay, like, yo, like this man did he's not pulling no Joel Embiid on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man gave it all. When he was injured, he came and played. He didn't sit out no games.
Yeah.
So like, don't I ain't gonna treat Jimmy like that. Yeah, I'm paying him. I'm doing the short term, but I'm gonna give him like at least maybe I'm gonna give him 2 years, 60. Who
That's
knows? You
fair.
know what I'm saying? Like
That's fair.
I'm gonna pay him. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what he's gonna give me.
Listen, a small team like Indiana, small market, could sure use a Jimmy Butler. So if he ever wants to, we'll give him whatever he wants. However much money he wants, I'm paying him.
Hey, exactly. I feel you on that. Hey, as we getting close, man, to the NFL, man, MVP. As we're wrapping up week 18, all the teams are getting close and ready for the playoffs, and a lot of players are sitting out. This isn't really a one of my questions, but how do y'all feel about Saquon sitting out and not going for the record? What do y'all feel about that?
So I think you should answer this one first, as a
Right.
resident Eagle fan.
As the certified Philly
I mean,
fan.
I wanted your perspective. I'm gonna answer it. Trust me, I'm gonna answer it. But like, I was kind of weird to me. Like, what do y'all? That's weird. What do y'all feel about that?
If I'm Saquon and I'm playing against the Giants week 18 for a chance to break my record, ain't no way I'm sitting out. You're gonna have to drag me off the field because
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I think this. I mean, I get it though. Like you got to be healthy, and they've been unhealthy for the past couple of weeks. They keep losing players and getting players back. So, and with Saquon being in the MVP conversation, like how do you put him out there and potentially let him get hurt? I don't know.
Yeah, I think we all know it's one of those things where it's what we want versus what we need,
Yeah,
right? We want to see that storyline. That would be incredible to break the record against the Giants. Like you can't write a script like
no,
that, but we need to be healthy going into these playoffs, bro. One, he can get that, break the record, whatever. But one tweaked hamstring, one turf toe, one wrong cut, whatever, and there goes their entire playoff hopes.
yeah,
Because we've seen Philly without him, and it's not pretty. He's been the straw that stirs that drink up in Philly, clearly. So it's just not worth the risk. I mean, I want to see it so bad for sure. If anyone deserves it, it's Saquon for sure to break that record. But man, it's just not worth it. It's really just not worth it.
Mm.
It's
I
a once
don't
it's
know,
a once in
bro.
a lifetime opportunity though. That's what
This
kills
is
me.
like that's what I'm
Don't
saying,
see
bro. I
this. You
think
cannot see this.
this is tough because it's like I can see if this was a different team if we're playing against the Commanders or we're playing against like the Cowboys. Like they already suck, right? But you're playing against your old team that didn't want to pay you. They didn't want to pay you, bro. Last year. You know what's crazy? I watched the off season. I didn't just watch it. I watched it when it aired.
hard not.
The off season Hard Knocks Giants, and it was $5 million that they didn't want to give him. $5 million that they didn't want to give him.
Good for them.
Stupid.
$2.5 million that they wanted to save.
Yeah, fire Joe Shane. Man, that's crazy. And they signed Devin Singletary instead, who's already
Hey,
lost his job to Tyrone Tracy.
That is crazy. For 3-13 is what they wanted to save. for 3 and 13. And 2,005 yards is what they wanted to save.
But he would not have done this in New York, though. That's the kind of my argument
Back.
there. Like, I know everyone talks about they should have paid him, but he never would have done this in New York.
Nah, no way. It's just so funny how quickly he turned it around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, last season, he would have had 1,000 yards at least.
Oh, for sure.
But damn.
Not two.
Not two, but still, I think for me, I get what you're saying. When it comes down to, yes, the playoffs, it can happen in the playoffs. I get it. Like, I get what you're saying, the wrong turf toe, cut, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But you gotta understand, when your name is in the history books, this goes on in the history forever.
It's been 40 years.
Ever, bro. This goes on in history forever. You can go to the playoffs anytime.
I have a question.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. You can go to the playoffs any single time. And at the end of the day, any week can be your week when you get hurt. So you thinking about, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get hurt or not. You could have got hurt last week. Why go and break off for 160 something yards last week if you didn't think that you were gonna get hurt, bro? You're playing against not only your old team, but you're 101 yards away from the record.
Yeah.
But you're going against your old team that didn't care enough to pay you. I'm not saying this is a revenge game, but damn near it is a revenge game. And on top of that, this is for the history books, bro. Like, you are going to go down as the greatest running back for the single season ever. Eric Dickerson is 60 years old and holds that record forever.
In 40 years. 40 years.
Forever. That's what, forget the damn playoffs, bro. You may not even win the Super Bowl.
But you got to understand, trust me, I want this for him. I want this for him more than he wants it for himself. Trust me. So understand that. But you also have to understand, this is not his decision. It's Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni.
He had the opportunity to do that too. No, Nick Sirianni wants it just as much as he was.
Nah, trust me. Nick Sirianni barely made it through this season. This man's been on a hot season all year. Imagine if Nick Sirianni, if this man gets hurt. Yeah. Nick Sirianni's head will be on a stake tomorrow morning.
For sure.
If that man got hurt. He barely made it to this point. He might not even coach them next season if they don't make it past the first round of the playoffs. So come on now, imagine if he can't take that risk. He just can't take that risk.
You know how many times Nick Sirianni was like, hey, you want to go and get this record? Hey, you want to go and get this record? Hey, you want to go and get this record? It's been on record. It's been on record. He's been on record saying, Saquon, do you want to get this record? And Saquon's like, nah, I'm good. Let the young bucks eat. Nah, I'm good. Let this person eat. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. There's been so many times he's been saying I'm good, which I get, but this is a different type of record. This has been a different type of record. So Nick Sirianni, forget that, bro. They're already 13-2. Forget that. I don't give a damn about that. They're 13-2. It doesn't matter. Like, he's not gonna get fired because it's 13-2. At the end of the day,
yeah.
And right now, Jalen Hurts is hurt, so it's a whole different excuse, right? He's not gonna get fired because Saquon went for a damn record. If Jalen Hurts is hurt, and you have Kenny Pickett starting,
I wouldn't be so sure.
I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear that, bro. Nick Sirianni's been talking about this man trying to go for records all year, bro. It's on record. Go look at the shit. It's on record. What was your question, Jay?
Is there an asterisk if it's done in week 18 and not week 17 because Eric did it in 17?
No.
Does that make a difference to y'all?
Not really. No, not really. I think at the end of the day, it's the games that were extended.
In my head, I think if he got it last week or if he was at 100 and he was had 2 weeks left to go, oh, for sure, he's playing it out and he's going to crush that record. But I think with it, there's too much at stake. That's just in my brain, and I don't know. Like Saquon might not care about that record as much. He might get a chance to break it again next year. Which, if he keeps playing the way he's been playing, I don't see what's stopping him. He's been unstoppable the entire year. I think if he
Yeah.
doesn't, somebody will in the next couple of years with these 18 weeks.
I get it, but how many times are we gonna keep on doing this? Oh, okay, I'm just gonna sit out and not do it.
101 yards. If it was me, hey, you get like 2 series. That's it. If you break one loose, you break the record. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but how many times are we gonna get to this point and be like, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good, bruh.
Team player,
I'm good.
team guy.
I'm good. We get to week 18 and then I'm good. I'm at 2005 and I'm at 2010. Oh, I'm good. We get to we have the same conversation next year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. I don't mess up my knee for next week. Next week comes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what if we have the same conversation next year and then the year after that? You know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry
Same
was
thing.
like he was close. He was the closest one.
Before that, yeah.
And but he played. He actually tried.
It makes sense, but I mean, do either one of y'all, can anyone remember who the last 2,000-yard rusher was?
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry recently.
Was he the last one?
Yes, 2021. He had
Okay,
like 2,097 yards.
Oh, he got
got
that
you.
close? I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
He
I
was
did. I didn't.
close.
I didn't know that was the case. But either way, I would guarantee most people don't recall who the last 2,000-yard rusher was. But I guarantee everyone recalls who won the Super Bowl last year. That's my whole point. That's what it's about. It is what it is. Like, having that record is dope. Don't get me wrong. And once again, I cannot stress enough. I want to see it. Like, this man deserves it. But you can't beat the Super Bowl, man. That's the main objective. Everyone knows that. Every week when you lace them up, the main objective is Super Bowl.
I think Joe might change his tune if they come out being Super Bowl chips. He could be like, all right.
Right. Exactly.
I
What
hope.
record? What record?
I hope. Granted, I hope they do win the Super Bowl. But granted, right? We still need Jalen Hurts to be healthy.
I think that changes things though too, to be honest. Because if Jalen was healthy, you put him out there for a half. I think you would. But with Kenny under center, like you don't know anything.
The stacking the box. Yeah.
Anything can happen.
I still think. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I think he's a good manager. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he's no damn Nick Foles. This ain't no Nick Foles situation. He ain't gonna be no. No, this ain't.
He might need to be. Hopefully not, but he might need.
He might need to be, but I don't think he's not that experienced. Nick Foles actually was a good starter in the league to actually be able to do something like that, to take over for the Eagles, for them to win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? They make that type of run. So I don't think it's that type of situation. But I mean, it's all good. I mean, it's all good. If that's the decision he wanted to make, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to live with it. It's whatever. So it's a decision that's already been made. But I just know he's been doing it all year, and it's been kind of pissing me off. He could have had at least one or two records. Because, I mean, there's been a couple records that he could have had this year, and he's just been like, I'm good. I'm like, all right, cool. Which I get. It's just weird, bro. It's like, you talk about you want it, and then you're just like, I'm good. Like, what? Like, don't talk about it and then say you're good. Oh yeah, it'll be so great to have this record, and you're going on record saying these things. And I want this stuff. So yeah, it'll be an honor.
I wonder how much money he's leaving on the table by not going for it. That's what I wonder what that incentive might be. If you,
of course, a lot. Like that's stupid. Like don't say something, bro, and then don't do it. Like that's my thing, bro. Like you're going on record saying these things, and you're talking all this good talk, and you're just blowing gas, bro. And that's what I'm saying. But anyways, who really deserves the MVP? And that's what it really comes down to. Who really deserves the NFL MVP this year? And I'm gonna let y'all go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought it was funny because they came out, right? I don't know if you guys saw it. There was like an email that went out to all the people that were voting for MVP, and Player of the Year, all that stuff. And they were saying it's not the best player, but the most valuable towards their team. So um, that's where my take comes from. I mean, there's a lot of people, man, that showed up this year. I mean, I'm always rooting for Lamar. I think he's definitely in that running. Josh Allen had a great stretch for 3, 4 games, right? But if you were to ask me, just based off the strength of, I'm watching the game right now because I was trying to see where if they find a way to sneak into that playoff, I feel like who can you give it to other than Joe Burrow right now? Like without having a defense, barely a D line, all you got is T and Jamar Chase, and I mean the dude has been a dog for a couple of weeks, or for the whole season. I know we had a little controversy at the beginning of the season, right, Joe? But the boy's been hot, man. So I mean, he'll be my vote for MVP. There's some other people, obviously Saquon too, but I think as far as the most important to that team, especially if they're able to sneak in, it would be Joe. Joey B for me.
What's the Bengals record again? I can't remember.
8-8.
Hell no. Joe Burrow. No one that's barely above 500 is winning the MVP. I'm sorry, your name's not on the ballot. I'm
Oh
sorry.
wow.
Great year, applause, kudos, but hell no, no. I'm sorry, no. What he's doing is awesome in terms of the yards and the touchdowns for sure. It's been excellent for fantasy, so that's cool. But no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For me, man, it's easy. I know it's been a lot of people having great years, but for me, it's easy. Man. When you talk about most valuable, right? Like you just mentioned, it's got to be Josh Allen. It's got to be. When you think of who's done the most with the least, they took away his top receivers. You know what I mean? Didn't add much to the team at all. Didn't add much help on offense or defense. They simply said, "Hey, you just got to do more." And he said, "Okay, say no more. Say less. Say less." That's exactly what he's done all year. Just okay, say less. And he showed it. He proved it, man. And on top of that, he got rid of the turnovers, which is what we've been saying about him his whole career. Like he is awesome at this, but he's got to stop turning the ball over. He did that and had an amazing year, his best year yet. And the team is, I can't remember the record, 10, 11 wins, whatever it is, like clearly going to be in the playoffs and make some noise. It's got to be Josh Allen. I know his last game or two were just kind of mediocre, but still, they're winning games. He's proven that he can do it without, having that big name receiver or whatever. So yeah, it's got to be Josh Allen, man. To me, it's not even. I'm not gonna say it's not close because it is close. It's been, a lot of great years by a lot of great players, but to me, it's got to be Josh Allen.
Yeah, 13-3. 13 and
Yep.
3 is the
That's tough.
Bills record. And that's with
Nobody.
not a
Yeah.
lot of people, just signing Amari Cooper maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Who hasn't even done much, by the way.
and hasn't done a lot. I think it was injured the last couple of games, really. But yeah, man, I'm going to address what I said about 4 months ago.
It made a lot. Oh, but before you say that, I just want to let people know, like, if you didn't watch the episode, you need to go back and watch it because it made a lot of noise. I've never gotten that many DMs after we posted the episode
Yeah,
than I did after you said what you said. So I just got to let people know if they don't know what you said. I'm sure you're about to clarify, but you need to go back and watch it.
correct. Definitely watch that episode. It was very interesting. However, I'm still gonna stand 10 toes down on what I said. However, did he play better this year? Of course. You know what I'm saying? What I said was Joe Burrow was dog water. And Joe Burrow was not a good quarterback. And this year he's definitely proven me wrong, right? He's having the best year of his life. What he is proving me right is his record. Because his record is 8-8. Right? And what that says to me is a couple things. It might just be the coaching. It might just be the defense. It wasn't the offensive play because they scored. They he balled out. He's almost at what 5,000 yards passing. He's at passing touchdowns. He's not a lot of turnovers, even though he just had a fumble today. And that was just I wasn't
A lot
trying
of updates.
to. But I mean, granted, he's as an individual. he's actually playing really well, but his record isn't really showing his efforts, right? So if he was playing really well and he was 12-3, like Josh Allen, man, MVP for sure. You know what I'm saying? But his record sucks. So it's something that I can't really say MVP worthy, but as an individual, not fantasy MVP, yeah, for sure. Like he definitely gets a fantasy MVP nod. Um, for me, for sure, when it comes down to that. But Joe Burrow, if you're listening, well, you're not because you're playing right now. But once you do after you finish playing, I do take back a little bit what I said. Just keep it consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see this again next year, and you know what I'm saying. Have a better record. You know what I'm saying. Get your team to the playoffs and see what you could do. You know what I'm saying, and giving your team a better chance. Or fire the coach. Do see what you can do. Use some of your status to see. I don't know. Pull Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. You dyed your hair this year. Do something that you can kind of get some type of momentum going to get some type of something going in the Bengals situation. Because golly, to play that well and be 8-8 is crazy to me.
They also play in probably one of the hardest divisions in the AFC.
Yeah, but still,
man, that
I hear you though. You're right. But
that just makes it to me. That makes it look even worse. Like, okay, look at all these other quarterbacks who also play in AFC that
that's
are,
what I'm saying. You got
that are
the
crushing you.
Steelers. You got the Steelers. You got
playoff birthday 10 and what?
You got the Cleveland Browns, bro. Like, come on now.
What's the other team? The Baltimore Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens, but still, bro.
They all play each other.
But their record isn't even that good. The record isn't that good.
The Ravens?
The Ravens' record isn't that good.
They're the number one in the division. What are they? 11 and 12 and something, or 11 or 12?
Like 11-4, 11-5, or something like that.
That's good to me. I don't know what you're about.
It's better than 8-8.
Yeah.
It's better than 8-8, but damn, it ain't that far.
Hey, listen.
But that's what I'm saying. And you got the Steelers who's 10-6. It's not that great.
Bro, I mean, listen, man. I think
that's a few more wins. They're 8-8. There are 2 more losses behind them.
If Joe Burrow makes it to the playoffs, I want to be, or if they make it in the playoffs and make a run, I'm coming back. Just know that. Coming back.
That's a bet. That's a bet. Got on the record.
Oh man. But my MVP. All right. When it comes down to play, when it comes down to record, I want to just make sure that we take everything into consideration, right? I think Josh Allen gets a lot of praise, and he has done a lot of really good things this year, right? And he's really good. However, what Lamar has done this year, I think, has been the best I've seen him throw the football, like, ever. In his 2 NFL, like, in his 2 previous, like, MVP seasons. And granted, I know he's been, like, an MVP, like, very often. I believe he won MVP last year. And he had a way better season this year than he did last year, right? And he has more passing yards. I've never seen Lamar Jackson throw this many yards in my life. And last year, he had nowhere near as much as passing yards as he did this year. 4,172 passing yards. Lamar Jackson has never thrown over 4,000 passing yards in his career. 41 passing touchdowns. Lamar Jackson has never done that in his career.
He really didn't run much this year.
But I think they said he's there for 800 rushing yards or over.
And he ran for 800, 800,
That's nasty.
800 rushing yards. And he had the less attempts.
Yeah.
And he had 4 interceptions. The less he's had, the least amount he's had this year. And he's tied for second in passing touchdowns, tied for 6th in passing yards. And he's first in QBR. First in QBR. Like, that is crazy. That's crazy work, bro. And compared to like last year, like that is, bro. Last year it was nowhere near, bro.
I think going into the season with the Derek Henry pickup, everybody thought they were just going to run the ball and ground and pound the entire year.
That's what I'm saying.
But the fact that
last year he had
threw the ball the way he's been throwing it, yeah, he's been unstoppable, bro.
It's special for sure. It's special. To me, he's definitely, it's a close race between him and Josh Allen in my mind. And the only reason I give the edge to Josh Allen is because Lamar got help this year. He got help with Derrick Henry, but with that, and that's not his fault by any means. Don't get me wrong.
but
That's
what do
the
you mean
only reason
help? What do you mean help?
Lamar got Derrick Henry.
What do you mean help though? Like how do you mean help to Lamar's MVP? I don't get it.
I'm saying I don't consider Lamar as quote unquote valuable as Josh Allen because Josh Allen didn't get any additional help this year. I don't consider him as
Oh,
valuable
okay, I
as
get what you're saying.
Patrick Mahomes because Mahomes didn't get any additional help this year. That's all I'm saying. But
Patrick
once again,
Mahomes
that's
didn't do a
not.
damn thing this year.
What's
I'm
his record?
talking about stats wise. Stats wise.
Record is a stat. What's the
No,
record?
no. I get what you're saying.
Oh,
They're 15 and
okay. That's
no,
a
and
stat.
record
That's a
is not a
stat.
stat.
That's statistic.
Your record is not part
It's
of
a
a
statistic.
statistic. So a record is a statistic?
Absolutely.
It's an individual statistic?
It's the most important statistic. Yes, we just talked about why Joe
Yeah,
Burrow is not in the race.
you guys got to go the same way. It's a stat because
I'm talking about individual statistics on why you get MVP. Why do you think Patrick Mahomes is nowhere near in the and he's 15-1. Why is he not nowhere near the race?
We just talked about why Joe Burrow is not in the race because his
No. Joe Burrow is number 4 he's number 3 in the race right now.
because of his record. If he was 15-1 putting up the stats he did, what would his ranking be?
He would probably be number 1.
My point. Okay, thank you. That's my point.
No, but you're not making no point at all because if Patrick Mahomes is 15-1 and Joe Burrow is number 3, why isn't Patrick Mahomes nowhere near the MVP race? He's nowhere near on the ballot. Nowhere near.
He's on the ballot. He hasn't put up the stats.
No. He's not even top 5.
That's
So prove my point there.
You saying you're top 5 or have you seen the ballot? Because I haven't seen the ballot.
Statistically, he's not top 5 on the MVP race. He's not top 5. He's not even top 5.
I haven't seen the ballot printed out, but okay. But that's fine.
I think Patrick should be up there, though, mind you. 10, 15,
Hell
like, hey, the kind of year that they've had to only lose one game, maybe not statistically, like, but
no help.
They didn't get any help neither. They have only lost players, too, so.
Thank
Listen, man. There's only one team there's no other team that's been able to go 3 times back to back to back. And the way that they're playing right now, shoot, I wouldn't be surprised.
But that's not even my point. My point is, like I said, to me, it's Lamar and Josh. They're right up there. Yeah. The only tiebreaker for me was Josh had less help. That's the tiebreaker. But I'm with you, though. I'm 100% with you. Lamar had an outstanding year, which is crazy because he's already had 2 outstanding years. And somehow this is even more outstanding. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I'm right there with you on that.
The most efficient year, right, that he's had as far as being able to run and pass the ball.
Ever, yeah. I think it's highest completion percentage, all that.
It's crazy. I mean, and coming out, and Josh, we always thought, not Josh, Lamar, we thought he couldn't throw the ball. The way that he's slinging the thing now, like, he's not missing.
People still say he can't throw the ball, which is
it's crazy.
The dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Crazy.
Yeah, I just think that I think Lamar should get it. That's my point of view. I mean, I think the past 2 MVPs that he's had, I think the stats doesn't even. Last year when he got MVP, he had 3,600 yards passing, 24 passing touchdowns, and he had a QBR of 65. He was nowhere, like, he had like 600 rushing yards.
That's crazy.
He literally doubled. He damn near almost tripled his numbers.
Yeah.
And his record.
That's crazy.
So for him, like, come on. Like, this is crazy. They have 41 and they have 41 passing touchdowns. Like, and last year he had 7 interceptions to go down to 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like, what are we talking about? Josh Allen right now, he only has 36. He has the same stats that Josh Allen had last year. He has 3,600 passing yards, 3,600. He has 32 passing touchdowns. He has 12 rushing touchdowns, which is, he's been rushing the hell out of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't have more rushing yards. He just has a lot more goal line touchdowns.
Yeah, I think he's 30 yards or something at 5th, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. He has 28 passing touchdowns. I just combined them. So he has 3,700 passing touchdowns, 28 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a QBR of 76, which is third, and 12 rushing touchdowns. So, and his record is 13-3. Lamar Jackson's record. They just won today, right?
Oh yeah, they won by a lot.
They won by a lot today. So now his record is right behind him at 12 and what? 12 and whatever?
4, right? Or 12-5, something like that.
Yeah.
So 3 quarterbacks. I have a quick question. We got 3 quarterbacks. Do you guys have one would you be taking yours if you had a chance to be a GM? Would you be taking Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, or in my case, Joe Burrow? Who would you be taking as your franchise quarterback?
12-5. Who am I taking?
As your franchise quarterback.
Like right now, or are we like redrafting them as rookies?
Right now, this year.
Right now, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
After this year, who are you?
3 quarterbacks. Who do I have?
We have Lamar, Josh, and Joey B.
I'm still taking Josh. As much as I love Lamar, I got to admit that a decent part of his success is the system. I think Josh Allen's proven this year that he can do it regardless of what's around him. So for me, I'm taking Josh Allen, probably followed by Burrow, and then third, I got to put Lamar, as much as that hurts me to say.
Oh, man, that does hurt.
Yeah.
I think so if I'm drafting, right, and I will take Josh. I'm taking Lamar after, and
I already knew you were doggone her, right?
Joe's definitely last. Maybe draft. I may have looked at him. I might not looked at him. And I'm gonna explain why. Because I still stand on my MVP conversation. But the reason why I said that, because I'm not a Josh hater, right? I do think Josh Allen's a really good quarterback, and I do think that he did a lot this year by himself. And for him to do what he did with nobody is very impressive to me, right? Like, you can't take a team like that and not be special, because that was crazy work what he did.
Yeah.
What I seen out of Lamar finally having some type of help and weapons, like, that showed me that he can do, that he has the potential to be great. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that Josh is the system. You know what I'm saying? Like James Harden said, you know what I'm saying? He is the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can take him and put him and you're good because you got Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So I that's one point that I will agree on Corey with. Like, I'm good if I have Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we're good on that.
The only reason why I'm asking, I think statistically, Josh, between the 3, have probably had like the least impressive year. I mean, just like numbers wise. But when you see it on the field, I mean, I think everybody would take Josh number 1.
That's for sure.
Yeah, he passes it all, man. Like, being able to throw the ball, and being able to just control the dynamic of the team, clock management situations, all that stuff. He's a stud. So I don't think you could go wrong either way. I think Lamar, with the impressive numbers, like he's done so much better than he did last year. And I still think Joey B, man. If they find a way to sneak in, they can go on a run. So, but yeah, Josh Allen, I think probably could find a way reasons to like run away with it this year, just because he's so talented. And like Corey said, being able to make something out of nothing, that's a big deal.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Hey man, this was fun, man. Like this was a really good debate, very good, healthy debate. I appreciate y'all. Dre, definitely appreciate you joining us, man. Like always a pleasure having you coming on. Definitely we'll have you back on again for sure. Everyone here. So I appreciate y'all tuning in and always supporting and hey, this is a good start to the new year. And hey man, it's gonna be the beginning. It's gonna be the beginning, but I appreciate y'all, man. So we're gonna get this locked up and ready to roll.
And I'll be back for my Joe Burrow if he finds a way to run back. I'll be back.
Hey,
We always got a spot for you.
I'll be
hey,
back. I'm gonna have my Joe Burrow jersey, hat, whatever I gotta go find.
yes, sir. We gonna see. We will see. All right, y'all.
It's been fun, fellas.
Yes, sir.